the left of screen. Madden, new hairstyle, wins the first tap. Scott breaks through, does get a kick up to half forward, taken by Whitehead. McKernan's little handball okay. Blakey, well played by Fraser Brown. Scott tried another kick away. Koutafidis was clever. Got it down to Ratton. Ratton to Christou. Christou to centre half forward. Williams stood his ground pretty well. Eshenko. Craig Scholl back in the team today. An important game for him.
Blue in the centre. Fraser Brown and Anthony Rock.
Robert Scott, I think it might be.
Robert Scott.
Christou floats it. Eshenko couldn't hold it. Probably should have. Here's Pearce. Here's a chance. Little one. It's going to be difficult for Spalding. Camporelli overran it. Taken by King. Martin. His give's okay. Laidley had to sit and wait. Left-hand handball's a beauty. Gets to Ross Smith. North Melbourne have got a paddock. Armstrong, they could wax it. Gets it away. Here's Allison at half-back. Kicks the ball up towards centre wing. Longmire in the front. Gets it and takes the mark. Johnny Longmire a long way from goal.
The Blues going with the breeze at their back. It's not all that significant, so scoring to the right-hand end, not impossible. Andrew McKay, hand pass over the top. Bradley, he will be a key for the Blues. Koutafidis down to the wing, and the mark is taken by Brown. Handball over the top. Camporelli on centre wing. A lovely long hand pass. Sets it up for Dean Rice, who's been a good player for the Blues over the last couple of weeks. Rice has kicked the full forward. Kernahan a punch away. Spalding a handball. Williams. This is a good one for Williams to start with. Hits the post. Good clean ball handling by the Blues early in the game. North Melbourne had a chance at left half forward, and the Blues came surging back behind, kicked by Greg Williams.
They certainly pumped the Carlton side. I like the way early in that game when the ball was on the North Melbourne 50-metre line on the edge of the square, how the Carlton players certainly threw themselves in.
Smith short. Blakey's got it at centre half back. Runs away, kicks it long. Carey the target. Silvani went early. Opportunity for the Blues to try and get it away through Sexton. Silvani over the top of it. McKernan and Silvani. It's going to be a bounce. Carlton with the first score. Williams hitting the post.
North Melbourne have got their forwards well up the ground. Allison with Christou, the only ones in the 50-metre semicircle.
Allison's been playing a Pearce-type role, hasn't he, in the last couple of weeks for North? Kicking goals out of that forward line. Here's Koutafidis having a sensational year. Run down by McKernan. Gets the ball to half forward. Pearce tries a cute one to Kernahan. Shoulder get back. Runs it towards the boundary line. Gets a free kick against Sticks. So Scholl in the back pocket. Gets it almost to centre wing. Eshenko the target. Wasn't a good kick by Scholl. And Hannah takes the mark.
Hannah swings around onto his right foot. He's kicked to centre half forward. Laidley could have nearly got there. Spalding, good safe chest mark. He's too far out. He's passed into the pocket. Kernahan running onto it. Bounces quite fiercely away from Stephen Kernahan over for a throw-in about 20 metres around from Carlton's goal in their right forward pocket. The Blues have kicked it behind. A poster to Greg Williams. The bench for the Blues, Bond, Manton and Heaver. And the ruck contest, the ball spills out for Williams. Geez, a good player. Have a look at this. Little pass, not bad. Clap A, have a shot yourself. No, hand pass goes back. Camporelli from 40 metres. Handball, Williams this time. Round the neck, is it? Yes. So Williams takes the free kick, 40 metres from goal. Ever so slight angle.
It's interesting that Clap A went away from goal. Maybe that's something Carlton are working on. Just prior to this, Clap A really could have had a shot, but brought the ball away from goal with a handball.
Well, Greg Williams, we had a minute's silence for Ted Whitten, one of the legends of the game. Well, gee whiz, this guy has been a fantastic player with 3 clubs. Tried here early in his career. Goal to Williams. Greg Williams from 40 metres. Dennis Pagan in the coach's box with his colleagues. The Blues 1-1. North Melbourne yet to score.
There's Clap A going away. He could have had a shot. That's what I mean. Then Camporelli, and then in turn to Williams. It was an interesting move. And Williams very deadly within that 50-metre semicircle. He was last week too.
So the Blues off to a good start. Madden and Eshenko taken by Bradley. Kicks to a vacant half forward area. North Melbourne ready to swoop on it. Martin, the percentages off the ground. Chance for Clappe. Martin, was that in the back? No, play on, says the umpire. Ball with Ischenko. Handball. Robert Scott's quick kick towards half forward. McKay couldn't take the mark, but he's going to get a free kick. Play on, the advantages with the Blues. Kudafidi's left foot kick. Williams in front. Couldn't take the mark. Laidley, well done. Gets the ball to Craig Scholl. Scholl quickly down towards the wing. Hannah punched away. Well done by Schwass. It's not paid. Eventually it has been.
That was a good effort.
Maybe Wayne Schwass didn't realise, Dom, that it was going to be paid.
No, we didn't realise either. The umpire was going to call play on, but that was a great effort by Schwass.
Centre wing. Plays on, kicks the ball neatly and strongly to centre half forward. Sexton, good take to Bradley. Allison to run him down. Bradley gets distance. Wide. Rice, good take again. Outnumbered. Beautiful. Camporelli, look at this. Fraser Brown. Can he get it over the top? Scholl had to commit. Did well. Carlton was a bad kick by Camporelli. Really had an opportunity. King breaks one, breaks a second, gets a free kick.
Just
interesting.
Camporelli's little kick, Bruce, maybe should have been a hand pass to Fraser Brown.
And the umpire talking to King after he got the free kick. He remonstrated with the player on the ground.
King keeps it pretty low, gets distance. Carey the target, well played Silvani. Armstrong read it well, kicks to full forward. Longmire back there with him, Sexton. Longmire, good take. Will he give it off to Archer? No, round the body. Just misses it behind. So a couple of early touches to Longmire. Important that somebody takes the heat off Carey up forward. 1-1 to a point. Carlton by a goal. Williams has scored the goal in the behind for the Blues.
John Russo, the umpire, in the picture there with Johnny Longmire. His mates today are John Harvey and Rowan Saws. We saw before the game started. A fair bit of experience. The kick in has been marked by Hannah. Hannah, pretty casually. Why would he kick it to Ischenko?
Yeah, Sexton out on the boundary line.
6'17" up against McKay, giving away centimetres. Schwass runs up to the 50-metre line, kicks with the right foot, not bad. Good kick, Wayne Schwass. Mark taken by Longmire in the square.
That was very slack marking by Carlton. In fact, that whole thing of coming out of full back was very, very slack. Hannah got the ball. He could have gone to Sexton on the boundary line, yet put it down into the midfield. Hence, Schwass has finished up with it. But look at the North Melbourne guys there. Certainly outmarked Carlton.
Good kick by Wayne Schwass. Sets it up for Longmire and he kicks the goal. Longmire's kicked his first goal. The scores are level and we're not quite up to the halfway mark of the first quarter.
Well, two players that kicked the entire score. This is this casual approach. Look at this. Yeah, unbelievable the way he just came out of the back line there, Milhana. And here it is with Schwass, but there are North Melbourne players everywhere. He can take his choice. He goes long. Sexton was just outnumbered.
Scores level here. Madden, a well played to Brown. Smother was good though. Taken by Clappe. Low ball. Pearce attacks it strongly. Keeps going Brown. Oh, terrific footy. Rice to kick the goal. Well done.
Brown's vision and his perception was terrific, wasn't it?
But the other interesting thing is that Brown got the hit out. That looks like Bruce Steele with a beanie on there, but the way that Brown got it out of the centre, he initially got it out. Now he's going to keep on running here. There he is once again, handball across. So he got the hit out from Madden, followed it up. He was responsible. Fraser Brown did well last week too.
So the Blues lead by 6 points. Very important ruck contests at Optus Oval. Blues getting away from the centre again. He nearly kick a goal, Bradley. He is a beautiful kick. Again, look at that.
That was a missed kick, wasn't it?
I wonder whether he meant it for Kernahan. I actually backed him to kick the goal. But
well, it really didn't spin off the boot. The intention was there, but the execution maybe a little bit poor. But Martin fell over, but still it found its mark. And gee, they do it well out of the centre, Carl.
Well, it's very important. It's perhaps not quite as long, maybe, or it doesn't seem to be as long as the other big grounds. Kernahan kicks for goal and puts it through.
Well, Madden is the best tap ruckman in the league. There is no doubt about that. But what they've got to do is stop this break. Now, North Melbourne have got to get blokes off the square. Now, there it is, although Madden didn't get the hit down. There's nobody coming off the back end of the square for North Melbourne. I realise that the Carlton guys are leaving it open, but maybe that's something that could be looked at, hitting from the back end of the square.
They're going with Bradley and Brown and Ratton in the centre square, Carlton.
Gee,
and that's an interesting...
Ratton's little handball there was important too to Brown.
North Melbourne not playing man-to-man either. Look, the 3 Carlton fellas by themselves.
And the North go with Armstrong, Rock and Scott laying down for the Ashenko tap if they can get it. Madden again. Carlton on a bit of a roll here. Laidley had to do it quickly. Rice is onto it. Can run 10 and then go long. He does go long. Good kick to Kernahan. Fairly comes in. Kernahan had a fair share of it. Martin breaks one, breaks a second. First week back for Mickey, remember, and also for Kernahan in a number of weeks. Martin had a minor operation. Kernahan's had hand problems. But Carlton, 3-1 to 1-1. They're turning on the heat early. So often at Optus Oval, they destroy teams with a great opening. And North are going to have to withstand it here. Armstrong, just neat. Ashenko. Now he's going to have to wait for backup, I think. Armstrong provides it, so he's done well there, Armstrong. Wide. Carey in the box seat. It's a free down the ground against the Blues.
Soft one. Soft.
We'll give Carey his first touch too, Don, which can be important. Want to get a hold of the footy. Runs around. Does kick it very long. Almost to the square. McKernan front spot. Thump away by Sexton. Ratton onto it. Then North onto him. Sexton's handball, very good to hand it to McKay. McKay switches it. Bradley so often on the end of things.
Very much a key player, Bradley, with Anthony Stevens out of the North Melbourne side. Rice, I mentioned earlier, he's been excellent for Carlton. And what a great recovery from a couple of serious knee injuries. He's kicked to half forward. Clapper, he's beaten for it. There's a free kick though. It's going to North Melbourne. And it's going to be taken by Craig Scholl. He's between left half back and centre wing. Kicks in towards centre half forward. Well done, Silvani. Strength.
Excellent. He lost Carey and then found the ball.
Handball to Brown. Brown to Christou. The Blues are on the run. A lovely long kick by Christou to full forward. Well done by Ross Smith.
Pearce is looking at the man, should be looking at the ball.
Ross Smith handball. Ian Fairley goes close to the line. Out in front there of Anderson and Dean Rice. Anderson already with a slippery customer as his opponent, Dean Rice. And the ball will be thrown in at right half forward for the Blues. The Blues are 3-1. North Melbourne are 1-1. And you can see from the weather there, nigh on perfect conditions. We had a brilliant night for footy last night, and it's carried on Saturday afternoon in Melbourne. Kernahan nearly took the mark. Is it a free kick? No. Somehow gets to his feet. Scrambles a kick that goes out on the full. Free kick to North.
Well, Kernahan could have got that.
Ross Smith to bring her back in. North's most experienced player in terms of matches. Carlton have got 4 blokes that played over 200. Ross Smith, the lone North Melbourne player in that category. Bradley again, what a great season. What a great career. Fairley takes the mark. Did he go to play on? Now he switches it. Good move. Laidley onto it. Running off Williams, Laidley. That's his job today. Neat kick to Allison. Good take. It was a good setup. Free ball on the ground for North. Allison at centre wing. Keeps it neat to Longmire. Or should have taken it. Had to take it, really. Brown sits. Waits. Sexton caught. Dropped it. Bit lucky. Whitehead. Yeah, very well played. Madden lopes away. Kicks it to Pearce. Smith at the back. Anderson had to have good reflexes. McKernan. Oh, well played, big fella. Takes Christou on. Very well played, Christou. Spins, weaves, and then a good kick to Brown. 10 out of 10, Christou.
Brilliant football.
Brown away. Centre half forward the target. Spalding's got it. Bradley was running for him. Could have gone to him. Big Earl goes long. It's strong. It's close. It's a behind. 3-2 to 1-1. I reckon Bradley wanted it on the run there. Might have popped it.
It's a big kick from Spalding. One step. He's let it go from 55.
David Parkin on the phone, down to the bench. Blues 3-2, North 1-1. Margin 13 points. If you wanted to try and calculate the breeze factor, it probably wouldn't be much, Don, would it?
There's no, well, the sock's just limping in over there, so really that won't have a bearing.
Oh, well done. Anthony Rock would be disappointed with that. It was Clappe that blocked the ball and forced a throw in. Still at left half forward for Carlton. The Blues 7-4 on, North Melbourne 5-4. So the bookies obviously feel that North in this situation are a real chance. Brown tried to get it to Clappe. The Carlton players struggling. Ratton, Anthony Rock forces a throw in between half-back and wing, North bench. Big Yashchenko, Roberts and Pyman having a rest at the moment. So if Alex is off, into the ruck goes Ian Fairley. No, it's McKernan actually. Madden comes away with the footy and then kicks it. Well, from Justin Madden's point of view, disappointingly out on the full, free kick to Fairley in the right back pocket. Absolutely full house at Optus Oval for the game between the Blues, who are on top, and North Melbourne, who are currently 6th. Terrific mark taken by McKernan. Very good young player for North Melbourne. He's kicked to centre half forward.
Longmire the target. Front spot Koutafidis. Freeborn to King. King stops, props, gets around on the right. Not a bad kick to fall forward. Silvani spectacularly at the back. And then concedes deliberately. Free kick North Melbourne.
I'll tell you what, that's the worst situation anyone can be in. You tell me what else you're supposed to do.
I understand what you're saying, but it's
not because it's Carlton, but it's an absolutely shocking situation for anyone to be in.
There's Carey's.
But he should have punched the ball earlier instead of trying to mark the ball over the back. Silvani should have punched it. Maybe he could have disguised it just a little bit.
Carey from the pocket. An important kick for North. They trailed by a couple early. Carlton have come out running. Smith kicked it. Never gave it a chance. To behind. Never going to be easy from there.
Now here's the out of bounds. Look, just straight to the boundary line. Maybe he could have put it to the side, maybe a little better.
Blues lead by 2 goals. Christou straight down the ground. Madden's on his own. He's got McKay running. He's going to decide on a kick wide to the wing, out in front of Brown. At the back is Clappe. Brown gets the free kick. Maybe the advantage? No. Come back to Brown. Ratton further forward. Brown kicks it in that direction. 2 players that may have played against each other in junior days from the Lilydale area. Clappe, has he given away a free kick there? That's Scholl knocking it over. And the Carlton fans in the John Elliott stand.
Different umpires.
As one. Get to their feet and give that field umpire a decent old raspberry. Left forward pocket for the Blues. Boundary throw in. Spalding doing the ruck work on the forward line. Clappe to Rice, can't get past. Now Anderson kicks to a vacant area. The ball running very awkwardly for Smith and Pearce and Ross Smith. And I'm sure that these knocking out of bounds will be questioned for the rest of the day after Stephen Silvani was penalised just a few minutes ago to give Carey the chance in the right forward pocket for North Melbourne.
3-2 to 1-2. Blues by a couple. Bradley again. Centering kick. Kernahan uses his body. Looks for a free kick. Tries a little give to Clappe. Clappe unable to under pressure. Then puts his body in strongly. Holds it up. Well played in the end, Clappe.
Doesn't get much protection, Kernahan.
Deep into the first quarter. Kernahan, Williams and Rice the goal scorers. Carlton with a lot more of the footy early. Longmire is the goal scorer for North. Spalding front spot, Laidley over the back, and Smith just paddles it a bit with Pearce's help. Out of play, right forward pocket again.
23 handballs to 10, Bruce, is significant in favour of Carlton.
Had plenty of the footy. Certainly been down to the left of screen, much more than the right. Spalding well played. Williams very good in this situation. He's a gem, isn't he? What a wonderful player he is. Couple to Williams. An important goal because North had held firm for 6 or 7 minutes and the Blues pinch a 3-goal break.
Well, here's a build-up once again. Spalding doing the work with Fairley. Done that a couple of times early. Out the back. Seems to be a bit of a move, that. Williams running onto it.
Wonderful kick by Williams for his second goal. Madden gets it out again. Bradley, handball over the top. Just forcing it forward. In trouble there was Archer. Oh, a very, very indiscriminate attempt at kicking. Rice, Clappe, a struggle for possession here at half forward for the Blues. Rice, snapshot for goal by Rice. It's another Blues goal. Rice has got two along with Williams, and Kernahan a single. And for North Melbourne, Longmire is their only goal.
They just pushed that ball forward until Rice got the ball. Look at this. Carlton just pushing it forward. There's an indiscriminate kick. The ball's still just being pushed forward. There's a handball out. Look, it's still being just pushed forward. Hasn't been kicked until Rice gets onto it there. Gee, they do it well, don't they? They're running hard from that centre and pushing it forward.
Ruck contest, Madden again gets his left hand to it. Rice gives away a bit of ground. Bradley out wide to McKay. The Blues go surging forward once again.
To full forward, Kernahan's got it.
Use his body well there. No hands, just body, Kernahan. That's the way you play it.
It's premiership football, isn't it, at the moment? The last 5 minutes.
Well, it's the best footy I've seen Carlton play for a few years.
They're just pushing off.
Still wonder about his shoulder, Stephen Kernahan, since he hurt it. I don't think I've yet seen him take a mark out in front of his face or up above his shoulders. So we'll watch that closely with the finals just a couple of weeks away.
What a good kick.
Change for
Just
North.
didn't get onto it, did he, Stephen Kernahan?
Pyman's on the ground for North Melbourne, 5-3 to 1-2. It's a great start, though, by the Blues. Oh, danger! It was spot on in the end by Anderson to Laidley. North a bit rattled early. Centre wing, Hannah. Carlton were all over them. Look at this. Silvani, he's obviously run off Carey. Chips away to full forward. Kernahan, front spot. Martin at the back. Laidley under pressure. Well played, Spalding. Then Martin. North really playing as if they're shell-shocked, aren't they? And Carlton, symbolically, every time there's a contest, are coming out with the footy. It's 5-3 to 1-2.
Nicky Martin, hands on hips. He's a little tired. And here is the attempt by Martin. It's a good attempt by Martin. He's just gone for the hands.
So you wouldn't want to put yourself in front if you're a full forward, would you? There's a good mark taken by McKernan.
He's got a good leap, McKernan.
Handball away, or bad fumble. Mop it up, Greg Williams! It's home! He's happy! It's G. Williams Day at Optus Oval. He's kicked 3 in the first quarter.
It's a bit like a say whether the wheels have fallen off, but boy, McKernan did well, but Scott just taking his eye off the ball, fumbled this. There's nothing wrong with it. There it is. There's Robert Scott. And Williams mopping up for his third.
Diesel 3 in the opening term. McKernan to Pyman. King's little kick to half forward. Carey didn't attack it very strongly. Silvani just runs away to Williams. Oh, look at this. Tucked it on the arm. Onto the left again. Drops it onto Kernahan's chest. He's got it. Free kick.
Oh, a long way away, you could see that, couldn't you?
There's a couple of bad mistakes. One was Robert Scott. The other was the way that Carey hit or didn't hit the ball there. And the way that Williams got a lot of area in which to move. They're swashed down in the centre, and he's no good. So things not looking good, and those things the teammates can see in the well, your fellow teammates not really pulling their weight, and that'll spread through the North Melbourne side.
Kick 1-1. Kernahan leans back and misses again. So 3 deliberate shots at goal. Williams with 3. Couple with Rice. Here's a free kick, Don.
Martin, well, he's notorious at that, isn't he? Just putting pressure on the opposition.
Well, Stephen Kernahan dropping the chest mark. Now there's a blue in the middle of the ground. It's against Madden. It'll go to Archer. Archer appealing to Schwass to get it back quickly.
Madden holding on to Archer.
North Melbourne haven't had it up over their half forward line all that much. Silvani, good punch. Freeborn a fumble. Still at half forward for North. Flip out the back. Sure hands by Hannah. Goes across the ground. and prepared to take a risk. He finds Spalding. Spalding a handball to Williams. Get on the end of this, someone. He has a magnificent kick on either foot. Spalding under pressure. The hand pass was awkward, bouncing at his feet. David King off the left foot. He scragged to the ground after he kicked it, and the kick will go down the ground to North Melbourne to be taken by Glenn Archer. Still North Melbourne about 2 kicks from their goal. Brilliant sunshine at Optus Oval, full crowd. You couldn't wish for a better scene. The short kick has been marked by Pyman, and I believe
Bradley doing a lot of good work down in the back line, blocking up the hole for Carey.
a struggle for distance. Pyman's kick will land within 20 metres. Bradley
Well done,
again.
Bradley.
Always was going to be a key with Anthony Stevens unavailable for North Melbourne. Away goes Christou. Can he control this footy? It's close to the line. He's quite prepared to allow it to trundle over. And the fans saying to the umpire, what about that one? You penalise one, why don't you penalise the other? Right half forward for North Melbourne. They've really struggled. They've got a goal through Johnny Longmire, but the Blues 6-4 lead North 1-2.
Madden and McKernan. Madden lays it down in the Brown direction. Had a bit of strength, Brown. Felt for Bradley. 7 kicks to Bradley in the opening term.
Hit on by Fraser Brown.
Ten straight the Blues after they won 7 straight at the beginning of the year. Incongruous to think that Sydney and St Kilda are the only teams to have beaten them this year.
Good decision, umpire.
McKernan's got it. Big game now for McKernan. Oshenko sitting it out early. Carey leads. Silvani's had a splendid opening term. King has to sit, wait, thump it back. Allison's quick normally. Well played, Sexton. No frills. Camporelli uses Sexton. Sexton goes long. Kernahan the target. Martin with him. At the back, Smith. He'll be happy to see it run out. No, keeps it close.
He's not too fit, Michael Martin. And that's to be expected. He's been out for a long time.
Schwass, Hanna and Madden well behind play. A little to do in the centre. You can see on screen now.
Yeah, well, Justin Madden would be better off concentrating. He's been a terrific player early in the game. North Melbourne try to squeeze the ball back near the wing. Big punch by Bradley. Taken by Camporelli. His kick nearly marked by Martin. In goes Kernahan. Retarded. Good tackle on Ross Smith. And he's going to be rewarded with the free kick. Was that for deliberate out of bounds, maybe?
Well, I was looking more at Martin because he's got his hands on his hips. You can see there number 4 walking across. And the emergency umpire talking to Justin Madden.
Short pass, not allowed. The umpire officiating at where the free kick was given had blown time on. So the ball will come back to the Carlton captain. He'll have another go at it and go short. It still works. Dean Rice improves the angle. He's kicked 2. And I quite wonder what that was all about, because the tackle didn't look too bad. When the tackle forces the ball free, usually it's play on. Rice from 40 metres. Kicks for goal. It's close, but just off to the right. So the Blues 11 scoring shots to 3. 1 minute, just over a minute left in the first term. They lead 6-5 to 1-2.
Schwass, little one to himself. Just not many options for North Melbourne today. Out of defence. Hanna was at the back. Good take by Madden. As Robbo said, he started very well. Well over 300 games now. Centering kick. Kernahan again the target. Worked under the ball. Spalding breaks the tackle. It was a hot ball for Rice. Schwass. Stuart Schwass. Handball was good to Pyman. Pyman's got a bit of time to stop steady and try and deliver. Koutafiti's free kick. Archer around the neck against McKay. Fair enough. Archer's got it at centre wing. Longmire the target at centre half forward. He kicks it way out in front. Camporelli's there with King. Nice take, King. They're still a long way from goal. Scott wants it short. King, that's a sloppy kick out wide. Sexton punches it forward. Christou and Allison to go. Christou keeps his balance. Plays it in front.
Well
still
done.
going. Look at this to Camporelli. Can go all the way. One bounce. Short to Kernahan. Couldn't quite hold it. The rebound footy of the Blues has been fantastic. Christou out there. What about that, Scotty? Christou on the half-back flank. Running away.
Inspiring stuff, but a lot of fellows have really lifted here at Carlton. This is a terrific game of football from a Carlton point of view. They're certainly motivated. The North Melbourne fellows really have wondered what, but it was started in the first bounce down when those Carlton guys went hard at the back end of their square, and I thought, well, there's going to be a game today, and it certainly has been so far.
Lots to think about for Dennis Pagan. Greg Williams, 3 goals, 6 kicks and a handball. And at quarter time, the Blues have got a big break. They're 6-5 to 1-2.
She did well for North Melbourne in that quarter.
Start of the second term at Optus Oval. Carlton 6-5 to 1-2. Greg Williams kicked 3 goals in the opening term. McKernan gets his hands on it. Through the centre. Roberts on the ground for North. Just a wobbly old one. Pyman, well done. And inadvertently, Christou caught him there. I'm sure he didn't mean it. And Pyman can go back and have a shot for goal from about 45 metres.
Well, Roberts coming off the edge of the square, got the ball out of the centre, and it's gone to Pyman. He's just collected one from Christou. Nothing much in it.
Don Williams still playing very much in the forward pocket.
Well, he started there, then moved on to the ball, changed with Fraser Brown.
So Pyman back in the team today. Had a bad run with injury since coming across from South Australia. Kicks from about 48. Lazy looking kick off the boot and drifts away at the end for a behind. Must take advantage of all of those, North, you'd think. Pop shots from inside 50. 6-5-1-3. Sexton short, Silvani. Then keeps it tight. Camporelli has to sit, wait, he's gone. Here's Scott. Can he centre the ball? He does. McKay outnumbered, but he's good in that situation.
Excellent.
Fantastic hands.
Excellent, and Allison's hurt too. McKay's jumped into him, hurt himself, but also Allison's down. He's got a corky.
Not a bad collect there of the football by Christou. It was a little awkward, bouncing at his feet. Out wide, Hannah. Terrific stuff. He can give Koutafidis a chance, but he goes further to Brown. They've got players running everywhere. It's a good sign. Looks like they've got too many players on the ground. Koutafidis back to Clappe. He's hemmed in. Good play by North Melbourne, getting the ball forward. It was Carey onto Anderson. Anderson's kicked to full forward, but a good mark, Sexton. One of the most underrated players. Certainly not by Carlton people, but perhaps doesn't get the plaudits that he deserves. He
reminds me of a younger Peter Dean when Peter Dean first started, Sexton.
Hannah's got the footy, can go into centre half back. Ratton, another one of the... oh, look out, you're gone, Stephen Silvani. Ratton's vision not all that good. Chance for Anderson, hand pass not good enough. Camporelli to McKay. Blues will go forward, watch Brown. He's pretty good in this situation, Fraser Brown. One bounce. Pass in towards the centre of the ground. Kernahan hits the ground. The ball now with Ross Smith. He's left back pocket for North Melbourne. His kick goes out towards half-back. They're under enormous pressure, the Kangaroos. Armstrong can get past and deliver. In towards the centre of the ground. The ball spills to the back, but every time it hits the ground, it's Carlton that mop up. Whitehead to Koutafidis. Koutafidis scrambled kick. Taken by Williams. Back to Whitehead.
Oh,
the pass is perfect. Absolutely spot on to Pearce. And Pearce could nearly kick this. He is a beautiful left foot kick.
That's better from Pearce. Instead of propping and copying as he was doing earlier, he's on the move.
Pearce's kick. No one back there for Carlton. Craig Scholl marks unopposed. Runs away to the back pocket and then kicks high. Back towards Pyman and Whitehead, but in chips Hannah. And Hannah marks on his chest. It's all Carlton still in the early part of this second term.
It's had 6 marks, Robbo Hannah. Gives it off to Bradley. Bradley's high ball. Kernahan and Pearce. Pearce in the front. Remember that mark at the Melbourne Cricket Ground against Collingwood that was outstanding. Well, this one not quite as spectacular, but in the end just as effective.
Well, he's well within kicking distance, this young man. Well within kicking distance. Here it is. 2-2, and Pearce in front.
Scotty, he's kicked 30 goals in his last 10 matches. He's averaging 3 for his last 10. That's a great contribution from a second forward. Leans back, kicks it beautifully. Well, he's got to be the find of the season, doesn't he? He's come from nowhere.
He's just grown in stature since crossing from the Brisbane Bears to land at Optus Oval, and it's been a bonus for Carlton.
It's amazing here that the North Melbourne defenders don't really try and punch. Well, Smith did, but maybe Martin could have gone a little harder in that situation. But he is an exciting young man, that fellow.
Well, Brad Pearce's first goal was Carlton's 7th, and they get out of the centre again. Pearce is on the end of the Brown kick.
Ooh.
At centre-half forward for the Blues. The umpire calls play on. Their forwards are working like you wouldn't know. Pearce misses. Just scrambled to the ground by his opponent. And a behind for Carlton, 7-6 to 1-3. And a concern, maybe not that Carlton have kicked 7-6, but certainly North Melbourne just 1-3. And Longmire must have kicked that goal in the first 10 minutes of the game. So the margin is 39 points in favour of Carlton. The kick-in goes to the far side of the ground. McKernan from behind Spalding. Look at the crumbs. They're there all the time, the Blues. But this is chopped off by Martin. Angrily tries to shrug Kernahan's tackle. Then gives the hand pass away to Laidley.
Who runs away. Not too many easy kicks. Look at this. Madden back. Not easy for the big fellow. He waits underneath it. Scoops it in. Actually, not a bad result in the end for Madden because it was an awkward ball and North may have had a chance to rebound off him. He'd probably take that time, that mark 6 or 7 times out of 10, but he held it up. Gets a chance here, lays it down. Armstrong's quick kick. McKay, he's so courageous, isn't he?
Well done.
You like that, Don?
Saw Holland last night for Hawthorn do a few of those. Clappe keeps it low. Spalding fairly gets hold of it. Handball, he'll have to move Anderson. Reflex okay. Scholes wobbly one. McKernan and McKay. McKernan went straight for McKay. Koutafidis gets a footy. He's got a bit of time. To Silvani. Getting a lot of touches, Silvani. Low kick. Bradley had 7 kicks in the first 20 minutes. To Ratton. Ratton to fall forward. Kernahan. Martin. Kernahan still struggling, isn't he, just to get that shoulder up to take the big one. Archer attacks. Handball okay. Roberts centres up. Kicks it long. That's the way to go. Longmire one out. Sexton at the back. Silvani. Nobody there for North. He stops. He'll kick it straight to Hannah. Look at this again by the Blues. That teamwork out of defence.
Fantastic.
7 marks, Hannah. Plays to centre wing. Brown versus Armstrong. Nice take, Matty Armstrong.
Armstrong doing his hardest. He's his 7th possession. Short kick has been marked by Blakey. Blakey, a hand pass away. Armstrong again. 2 kicks in that passage of play. Lands at centre-half forward. Big mark, nearly taken by McKernan. McKay good. Koutafidis nearly. Camporelli in trouble. Ball spills to the middle of the ground. This bloke is one of the best workers in the team, Ratton. The short pass is okay. He finds Brown on the left-hand back point of the square here at the Optus Oval. Brown goes further forward. Christou has made good position. And I repeat, once you look as though you've got more than 18 players on the field, it's a real good sign. The kick to half forward. Williams tries to force it forward. Hand pass awkward for Roberts. Roberts' kick in the finish. Bounces just inside and over for a throw in centre wing.
One area that Carlton could really work on, and maybe I haven't seen Kernahan for quite a while, but certainly today, is getting underneath his feet. Now the ball's coming out, and when he's around 50 metres or around that vicinity, the guys have got to get underneath because it's predictable what Martin's going to do.
Brilliant ruck work by Madden, and Bradley was there. The ball spills now for Clappe. North Melbourne coming out of defence. Anderson's handball finds Roberts. Roberts in the middle of the ground. They've got a chance here. Blakey runs to 50. Will bomb away from that area. A beautiful long kick is offline only by centimetres. It hit the post. A behind kick by John Blakey for North Melbourne, when they badly need a couple of quick goals to give them some sort of momentum or really take it away from the Blues.
McKay just sat, waited, got it from Sexton at half-back. They're just hanging on North, aren't they? They haven't been able to get anything to happen. They're trying to restrict Carlton so they can have some sort of a hope if they can get something to happen up forward. Whitehead, what a good year. Played every game. Madden, little gift, terrific. Ratton, Rice, he might kick this. He kicked 2 in the opening term. Look at that. Wonderful.
Gee, what a kick.
Gee, Scotty, that stings, doesn't it? He knew it was was home the moment he kicked the footy.
Well, I feel for Craig Scholl because Scholl is picking up Rice, and when Madden took that mark, Scholl was in no man's land. He didn't know whether to go to Rice or go to Scholl. There it is, there's Scholl, go to Madden, I mean, and then it comes over the top, and there's Scholl's man. He was in two minds as to what to do, and maybe he's got to put the acid on his teammates because he got caught out then.
A fantastic kick by Dean Rice from in front of the Social Club. Out of the ruck contest, Justin Madden gets a free kick. So the Blues, with their set of clearances, it would be a domination, I would think, statistically. And this man has led the way, Justin Madden. He's kicked to right half forward, Kernahan from the back. The crumbs nearly taken by Rice. He's going to get beaten for this, but he had 3-on-1. Martin, handball. Goes to Fairley. Fairley runs away from centre half back. His kick lands at centre half forward. McKay was held. Play goes on. McKernan, Sexton, Longmire forced to kick with the left. Does it well. Goal, Johnny Longmire. Longmire in his 150th game has kicked both North Melbourne's goals. Blues lead 8-6 to 2-4.
Well, he's showing a bit of liveliness about his play, Corey McKernan. He got the handball across, but he is jumping well off the ground. Camporelli going off and Bond coming on, so one speedster for another. And here's McKernan. Now, he's a ruckman playing across half forward now. We've got Roberts in the ruck. It's good to see a big man move as McKernan did.
Carey at full forward and Longmire out at centre half forward for North Melbourne.
8-6-2-4. Carey unable to have any impact at all.
It's interesting that Carey started the aggressor physically before the ball was started with on Silvani.
Well, you know Stephen Don, you took him away as a junior. I think his character, it'll stand up under all circumstances, Stephen Silvani.
Jim Madden's going to get a free kick over the shoulder. 34 years of age and going strongly, isn't he?
He's got a couple more years in him too.
Not a bad kick. Kernahan punched away.
So that's where they've got to get underneath the packs, Carlton.
Armstrong's having a pretty good turn. King, well, danger here. Pearce smothers. King gets back, tries a little left-hand handball. Anderson mopped up pretty well to Ross Smith. Smith away. Carlton with numbers. McKernan, 1 against 2. Hannah's got hold of the footy, having another big game. Neat in towards Brown. Good take. He's got the free kick. Brown at centre wing. Was very good when it was tight and tough early.
Geez, developing this kid, isn't he?
Short to Bradley, having one of his best seasons. Remember, he's won the best and fairest 3 times at this club. Runs away, then goes long with the centering kick. Spalding in the front spot, he's got it.
That was well done by Spalding because that wouldn't have been easy to do because Fairley had hold of him. And actually, in fact, it should have been a free kick to Spalding.
I think the kick was good too because I think a lot of people thought Bradley was going to go wide and he actually centred it up, didn't he?
Now look at the pressure that Spalding's under to take that. Good effort.
Having a good year, a goal-kicking year, Spalding. He's kicked 24 goals this season so far. Awkward off the boot. Just a little push.
He didn't even guide that down with one hand. He seemed to take both off at the one time.
A couple of behinds. There's Manton. Camporelli, who's off the ground for Troy Bond. Smith to bring her back in, 8-7 to 2-4. Heaver, the other interchange player. Mistake again. Gee, they're rattled north.
Oh, that rubs salt into the wound when you aren't under a great deal of pressure and you're confronting a scoreboard that looks like 8-7 to 2-4. Bond's kicked to centre half forward. Ball spills to the feet of Bradley. Handball wide. Kernahan, 2 wide there for Williams. He's got a chance. He's going to get caught. Must get penalised. No, play on. Koutafidis, a lovely high long kick to the square. Punched over for a rush behind to the Blues. Anthony Koutafidis in picture. And Anderson with the football for North Melbourne. Johnny Longmire has kicked their 2 goals. Anderson to centre half back, and the mark is taken by Martin. He gives the hand pass away. This is Ian Fairley. He goes wide. Looks out here for Roberts and finds that player. He's at left half back. Handball, looks for Schwass. Blakey gathers it though. Schwass led his man ratting away from it. in towards the centre of the ground. Armstrong, probably North Melbourne's best. His kick towards full forward. Silvani the punch, mopping up again. The Blues at the fall of the ball with Christou. He kicks out in the direction of Hannah. Hannah does well, gets rid of Archer. Is that a defensive move for North? They might have Archer on Hannah. They'll go forward again. Bradley, best man on the ground. He's coming up for possession, number 15. Sucks the player in and then gives it to Whitehead. Whitehead short. Williams loves this. Go Greg Williams for goal and kick another one. He's got 4. Absolutely brilliant football by the Blues around the outer wing. Again, I feel as though North Melbourne didn't touch the ball as Carlton took it from the full-back line and the goal to Greg Williams.
I'm just shaking my head in admiration. Look, Christou, just watch this. Christou, the way that he turns him inside out, Hannah, that's terrific. And then look at the skill work to spot Bradley, and Bradley in turn will go towards Williams. There's a handball over to Whitehead. Whitehead showing his skill. There's Williams.
Well, the Blues are going as well as you've seen any team this year. 9-8 to 2-4. They're attacking through Hannah, aren't they, on centre wing. Madden and Bradley and Williams are starring. Madden to centre half forward. Off hands. Back with Ratton. Often gets the hard one. Anderson stood his ground well and took the mark. 2 goals for North to 9-8. Carey can't buy a kick. Centre wing, free kick. Roberts has got it. Had a few touches since coming on since...
He's developing one of their better players too, Roberts, since he's come on.
There's a bit of a stoush behind the play at centre half forward for Carlton. Laidley runs away, gets it to about 50. McKernan in the box seat. Madden gets back. Scott and Bond. Scott tries to keep it in, he does. Back in the direction of Sexton. Gets a little one away to Christou. Christou runs away. Look at this again. To Brown. Carlton with space. North Melbourne playing the hands of the trainer. Spalding's got hold of it. Loose men everywhere.
That's Laidley down.
Pearce at the back now. Schwass with a chance to rebound. It should work out towards him now. Gee, no confidence, went backwards. He couldn't have really attacked himself. Scholes kicked to centre wing. Carey Silvani free kick. Gee.
See the value of playing in front.
It's lately up. Such a downer too, Dom, when Carey's so much out of sorts. When he's inspirational, they lift, but when he's down, nothing happens around him.
He's not Robinson Crusoe. He's got a lot of teammates in the same boat. There, look at Brown.
It's got to come back. It's got to come back.
Have a look. Brown's still by himself. Where's his toe? Oh, that Laidley's injured. That's what's happened. And Laidley's just jogging across now. That's why Brown's unattended. There's Laidley.
But why would the play come back, Don? I mean, Bond took the chest mark. There was no time on call.
Right, maybe the stretcher. See the stretcher's going off the ground.
I beg your pardon.
Centre wing Bond. Second go now for the Blues. They're 62 to 16. Kernahan the target. Rather Spalding, I should say. Goes to ground. Good tackle. There's a very good defensive centre half forward, Spalding. Holds it up so often. Blakey on the end of that.
Let's hope Laidley's all right. He's still limping.
So important that when it gets into your forward half that the forwards work, and that's what's happening at Carlton. The ball at half forward, nearly taken by Spalding, fairly under pressure. Look at the way they put the North Melbourne defenders under enormous pressure to try and clear that area.
They can't do anything right, can they, North Melbourne?
Centre breaks we're looking at. Carlton dominating in that area. Heaver on the ground. 9-8 to 2-4. The ball at half forward. Bradley, can he escape? He gives the handball. Ratton off his left shoulder. Kicks another behind. Hit the post. Brett Ratton looked a little disappointed there. He probably felt that he should have nailed that. 9-9 to 2-4. And the North Melbourne bench. Schenko and Freeborn. Schwass with the footy to kick it in. Gee, they're all over the place, North. Big job in front of them now. Williams gets back. Blakey. And Williams does
good
well.
effort by Williams.
In his endeavours to try and spoil the mark, the umpire felt that...
Still a good effort by Williams. Blakey put the foot up. You see there Williams remonstrating with the umpire. There's a foot. Well, I don't know if that was a free.
Well, he was spot on. Maybe he should have just allowed it to be out of bounds and a throw-in.
Oh.
Hannah Spectacular leap. Takes his 9th mark. 12th possession. Ordinary kick puts Ratton under pressure. North Melbourne. Down you go, Schwartz. That tackle by Heaver, enormous. Ball spills for Koutafidis. Gets it just as far as Bradley. Blakey chasing. Bradley tries to get it down the line. Brown squeezes a kick in the direction of Heaver. Oh, this is champagne football by the Blues. Koutafidis into the goal front. At the back, taken by Fairley. Handball over. Scholl. Under pressure, Laidley. Hand pass. In turn, Martin. And eventually North Melbourne get the ball away through Fairley. Back towards the centre of the ground. And a terrific mark is taken by McKernan.
He's certainly getting up in the air, McKernan.
In short. Kick by Archer, the centre half forward. Bond. Madden. Oh, well played. It was probably meant for Silvani. Bond cut it off to centre wing. Pyman and Whitehead and Scholl. It'll beat them out of play.
Gee, Carlton are just so dominant in every area. Like Whitehead beat Pyman to the ball on that occasion. Their tackling's fantastic. Their skill work's fantastic, and they're winning the hard balls too.
Gee, Carey doesn't look fit. Just can't raise a gallop.
You always look like that, Bruce, when you're running second.
How about the big 34-year-old Craig Mandis? Covering some ground too, isn't he?
Big Justin, he's been great. Look at the marks in this term, Scotty.
Look, there's a holding. Come on, play it, umpire.
King on the left. Well, that's symbolic, isn't it? Poor old David King's had 2 kicks in the last minute. The first one was smothered, and that one under not a lot of pressure in the context of what's happened before him, and out of bounds. Christou brings it back in, kicks it up to half forward.
There's a free kick.
Rice onto it with Scholl. Little give, looks for Bradley. Bradley just leans forward. Pretty happy, I think, in the end. Was playing for a free, but out of play. And they can regroup.
Umpire's right there. I cannot understand how he cannot see that Martin's holding under Kernahan.
Boundary throw in, nearly up to right forward pocket in front of the Social Club here at the Optus Oval. The ball at the feet of Wayne Schwass. Hand pass goes from Armstrong. Now it finishes with Blakey receiving from Laidley. Blakey from centre half back. He's dumped after he kicks the ball. Umpire in a pretty good position. Allowed it to go on. Sexton gets back. Oh, played it beautifully. Handball. Koutafidis back to Sexton. But 1-1. Beautiful by the Carlton defence. Sexton kick. Floats at centre half forward. Chance again for Williams. Handball. Heaver. Short pass. Too far for Spalding. Has he got enough time? He gathers. Then kicks with the left to the front of the goals. Pearce is marked in front of Smith.
Gee, that was a good kick by Spalding. The skill level is just fantastic. Williams, Heaver, then Spalding, and now Pearce. Good mark.
Pearce has kicked one, and that was a good one too earlier in this quarter. 3.5 minutes left in the second term. Carlton lead 9-9 to 2-4. Carlton lead 10-9 to 2-4.
Yeah, she'd be a very, very happy person if he came along and supported the Blues today, because they're just turning it on. They have been dominant since the first bounce. Look at the skill here. Williams, Heaver, maybe not so good. They're not hitting Spalding. But Spalding, what's the way he gets that ball quickly, screws it back into the centre, and because he's in front, Pearce has taken the mark.
$53 points a margin. You really feel that North's credibility is a factor in September's on the line now. They're being thrashed. McKay to Bond. It's a careless kick by Bond. On a day where the Blues have made few errors, just thumps it out of play. Shoulder bring it back in. North have got to work so hard now to get something out of this game. Scholl just pops it up. McKernan the target. 2 grabs.
He's trying hard, McKernan.
Carey to full forward. Longmire in the front spot. Juggles. Was looking for one. Got it through cleverly. Well played, Archer. Allison, the easiest of goals. He's got it. Allison's first goal for the day. North's third only.
Just looking at Allison there on screen. He looked as if he wasn't too fit, but that may be just his running action. He shuffles along. When he shot for goal there, he pulled up pretty quickly, but I think he's all right. There he is, Brett Allison, a real speedster. But it was good work done by Archer. Archer won the ball, then laid a heavy shepherd to allow Allison to get away. Kernan takes these centre bounce downs, then goes to the half-forward line.
10-9 to 3-4, 2.5 minutes left. Bradley nearly hacked it out of that centre. Brown goes back to Koutoufides. He's having an impact. Koutoufides, the high kick to half-forward, punched away, back in the Ratton direction. Chance for Spalding. Handball, very good. Just found Hannah nicely. Into the pocket, Rice couldn't take the mark. Ross Smith, you are gone. Well, not much he could do, so the umpire, Johnny Russo, gives him the benefit of the doubt there and will bounce. We'll have another look. Picks the ball up, tackled by Williams and by Rice. A ball up in the left forward pocket for Carlton. Heaver gets it out, so does Williams. Goes past Brown, in trouble Armstrong. Ross Smith there to help out. Back towards the wing. The ball spills to the back. King's handball, good to Schwass. Schwass from the centre wing, runs into the middle, then transfers play with his right foot. Carey's in a spot of bother here. Silvani, little kick by Carey, not bad. Roberts runs to 50 metres, chased down by Silvani, but Roberts' kick is good. It's a goal to North Melbourne. That goal kicked by Mark Roberts, being set up from the far side of the ground by Wayne Schwass.
And what's Carey doing? Is he going into the centre? And we see here Schwass across to Carey, and Roberts is actually playing on Madden. What happens is that McKernan goes in for the centre. Roberts then follows the ball with Madden, and that time he's run off Madden, so that's obviously the ploy from North Melbourne.
10-9, 4-4. Interesting, the last twice Carey's got hold of the footy, North have scored from it. They're still a long way behind, but one more before half-time would give them a lift. Scholl from the centre, kicks to centre half forward. Roberts has got it, can go on. Handball to Longmire, will kick another one. He's got it, they're coming back. That's 3 goals in a hurry.
Well, that's Madden's man, so I don't know what they're going to do about that. Maybe the half-back will just have to stay a little longer with Roberts. And Madden will just have to go with McKernan when he goes down to the half-forward line until the switch can be done. Koutoufides has got the job on Roberts. He'll just have to man up. He is now.
3 goals in 2 minutes, Robbo.
Yes, it's made it look half decent for North Melbourne. Close to half-time with under a minute left. Force it forward again. McKay punches away. Hannah quickly. Loose ball at left half forward. Anderson for North Melbourne. Kicks it off the ground. Maybe beaten for it by Brown. Ball runs away from Fraser Brown. Well done, Anderson, to keep going. Handball into the path of Pyman. In a spot of bother there. The ball rebounds. He goes back after it again, Pyman. Hand passes wide. Laidley just assesses the situation and kicks nicely. He's found McKernan. McKernan, the kick smothered off the boot. Fortunately for North, it went to Carey. He goes wider still. Had to wait and stop. Archer goes for goal. Long kick by Archer. Misses off to the left. And that could have really given North a kick along just before half-time. They trail 5-5 to 10-9. And you would think this would be the last passage of play just before half-time. Christou kicks down towards the wing. Williams has taken the mark. The siren will sound. Heaver to Whitehead. It's half-time at the Optus Oval. And at half-time, Carlton. Terrific football. They lead 10-9, 69 to North Melbourne, 5-5, 35. Williams has kicked 4 goals. Dean Rice has kicked 3. Pearce has kicked 2. And for North Melbourne...
Let's see what happens here. 10-9, 5-5. Pearce and Kernahan both in the goal square. For the Blues, North Melbourne with a very wide open forward line. Free kick against McKernan to start. Not what they wanted. Madden to get hold of it. Longmire playing right up the ground. Carey is a sort of centre half forward, come full forward. And no one behind him. Madden to full forward. Kernahan worked to the box seat. Ratton back to Bradley. What a half a footy he played. Centres it. Going to be a tough ball for Williams. Blakey always in the box seat. Takes the mark. Sweeps the handball. Smith was good enough. And a bounce. And a second bounce. Runs in up to centre wing, delivers to half forward.
Oh, free kick.
No free kick to Longmire. Looked as if he was being held on to. Hannah short one to Brown. Hannah, like Bradley, was outstanding in the opening half. Took 8 marks, Hannah. Has had 13 kicks. Brown chips away to half forward. Rice, shoulders works to the front. Back in the team today. He's had an indifferent 95, Scholl. Such a good player when he's firing. Blakey runs away off Brown. Centering ball. McKernan the target. Good mark. Koutafidis was kept out of it by Archer. Carey at full forward. Looking to lead Longmire. Now, we know how far McKernan can kick a footy. Now Carey goes. He's got him. Good mark, Carey. He made it. And this is an important little kick, isn't it? North have worked away for a couple of minutes. They've worked it forward.
Well, they were terrific last Friday night. They were confronted with a 38-point deficit halfway through the third quarter and got up and beat Richmond. So you'd expect North Melbourne, even though they were soundly defeated in the first half, to show some sort of character under the guidance of Dennis Pagan, I'm sure.
Well, they've worked back from 53 to 34 points before this kick. Wobbly hasn't made it. A surprise. McKay to break through, can't quite. Chance for North on the left foot, right, misses, it's a behind.
Well, that was a very disappointing kick by North Melbourne's captain Wayne Carey.
Andrew McKay. Let's hope he's all right.
Well, he's trying very hard to run away from the training staff, but still favouring his leg. Christou to kick it in for
I think he's
the
got to
Blues.
come off, Robbo. And he is coming off too.
Short kick finds Silvani. Silvani is close to the line. His kick in turn. Ratton under pressure. Well, maybe Sexton could have left it there for Ratton. Roberts, handball, Allison, close to the line, it's over. And McKay does come off the ground, and his place is taken by Pearce. So Pearce to go back into the forward line, and going down into defence, maybe Brown. McKernan gets it down. Armstrong, a quick kick to the goal front, and a free kick has been paid. This time it goes to Carlton to be taken by Sexton. They stream away to the far side of the ground. Taking the mark is Clappe. Scott just a little late on the
They
scene.
run on too. Look at Christou running on and Camporelli with
And
it.
a poor kick in the finish by Clappe. Trying to kick while he was gathering his composure running back. And missed by a long way. Scott takes the free kick. His kick towards half forward, nearly taken by Archer. Camporelli. Ratton punches it back into the congestion. And Ratton and Archer, a struggle for possession. McKay on the boundary line with Peter Schockman. And still Andrew McKay favouring that right leg. The umpire will bounce. Left half forward for North Melbourne. Madden gets it down. Bradley couldn't take it away. Madden in after it again with Wayne Schwartz. And the umpire will bounce once again. 10-9 to 5-6 early in the third term here at Optus Oval. And Dipper, maybe Andrew McKay in a little bit of trouble there.
No, he's all right, Robbo. He just received a kick to the ankle bone, and we'll just see him back on in the next 10 minutes.
Bradley, good tackle on him. Brown can't quite get rid of it. Scott put the tackle on him. It's at half forward for North. Little one off the ground by Longmire. Didn't go far. Chance for Allison. Can steady up. Go for goal. Not bad. Very good. He's got it. Allison's kicked his second. And North have kicked the last 4 goals of the game. They trailed 10-2 at one stage. It's 10-9, 6-6.
And another change has been made. Manton coming on. They work this hard, but then the speed of Allison. Here he is on all fours. He'll get up. The ball will come out his way. There he is. And going onto that left foot. This is second.
Blues have made another change. Manton is on the ground, but North Melbourne go forward through Freeborn. His kick towards the forward pocket area, gathered by Carey. Carey's kick hits the post. Oh, bad luck for North Melbourne. It was a top effort by their captain, and that really would have lifted them. If indeed their last 4 goals haven't lifted North Melbourne's spirits. 10-9 to 6-7. Blues short kick in has been marked by Silvani. North Melbourne manning up a little bit better, and Silvani forced to kick long and high in the direction of Hannah, up over the top, couldn't mark. Handball by Freeborn. Blakey in a bit of trouble. Madden gets through. Handball, look away, handball to Hannah. Hannah's kick high in the air, lands with Bradley. Bradley, has he kept it in? And a good punch away by Anderson from Bond eventually forces a throw-in.
Smart play by Bradley and a really good play there by Anderson. Look at Anderson behind. That's terrific.
10-9, 6-7. Sporting over the top. Clappe tries to get through, couldn't quite. And North hold it up again. So the Blues have been thwarted a bit here. They were getting out to 9 goals. Pearce getting ready to come back. Kicked a couple of goals in the opening half. Sporting lays it down. Bradley tries to break the tackle, can't quite. Ratton, Fairley's quick kick. Centre wing, Manton, good pressure from Archer. Brown works it in front. Archer puts a tackle on. Scholes' little kick. He actually controlled it well. Roberts tried to get it out in the Blakey direction, couldn't quite. Archer and Rice. You just see the battles going on, Scotty, now. They're much more even, aren't they? They're 50-50.
And they've made a change, and Pearce coming on, Camporelli off. Yes, Bruce, but maybe there's an argument that Carlton may be relaxing a little bit, but certainly North Melbourne has started to lift after half-time. Well, that's all they could do. They couldn't get any worse.
Rock's kick. McKernan went to ground. Kudafides made an error. Armstrong just went without it. Sexton well played and controlled it to Brown, who can attack strongly at centre wing. He's got Sporting all on his own. Goes deeper. Not a great kick, actually. Smith should mop up, and he's got Longmire and Rock working for him. They can wax it here. Oh, bad bounce on a stiff. Ratton to attack it hard. Does it very well. To Sporting. Sporting under pressure. To half-forward free kick. Williams. Gee, King just went too early. Gave it away. The Diesel's got it. Brown's on his own. He'll kick it straight to him. Look at this.
It could have been the turning point out on that outer wing there when Ratton was out number 2 to 1. Rock and Longmire. They should have done something then, North Melbourne. But Ratton put himself in, caused the turnover. Here's a free kick against King, and now Brown's by himself. So, yes, a couple of bad signs for North.
You really have to take the punt and leave your man to go and pick up. Brown was there for too long on his own.
From 40 metres straight in front. He's given it a hook. It's the post. Third time today, I think, that it's been a poster one way or the other. 10-10, 6-7. Kangaroos just holding on, aren't they?
Yes, well, their form since just before half-time has been fairly good. Freeborn's kick. Spalding does well, but it rebounds back to Bond. Bond in short. Rice has got it. Could go to Spalding. No, he goes further. Ratton.
That's good play, actually. That's excellent play. Excellent play by Rice.
Improves the angle. Rice, unselfish. Has kicked 3 goals, Dean Rice.
He's a much improved player, isn't he? I haven't seen him play as well.
He was a quality player. When he was at St Kilda, I'm sure he played state football.
He did play state football, but I think
and Parker might have been the coach. Ratton from 45 gets underneath it. Rebounds. Pearce leaves it. Williams can't hook it around enough. Registers a score, but just behind. 4 goals, 2 now to Greg Williams. Getting back to Dean Rice, 2 very severe knee injuries, and he's recovered and is playing very, very good football with the Blues.
Anderson to bring it in for North. Just looking for an option. He'll have to kick it pretty quickly. been given his last warning.
Oh, he was over the line too.
McKernan, good mark. Terrific grab. Inside to King. King at centre-half back to centre-half forward. Carey and Silvani. Free kick to Carey. Scott for the one. It's a behind, but it's going to come back on into Carey.
No, I think he's playing advantage.
He did pay the advantage, but there was no advantage again, was it?
Well, Scott was no good thing to kick the goal under pressure on the left, was it?
Exactly.
And Carey, at least from 45, had some hope. Anyway, 6, 8, 10, 11. I think North would like to have it back. Chris too worn now to get on with it. Gets terrific distance. It's a wonderful kick, actually. Kicked at 65 metres, plus the 10. Rice, Sexton, Hannah. One bounce, is at 50. Oh, good kick. Look at this one. That's wonderful.
Oh. Gee, it was a big surge from that left half back, wasn't it?
Wow. That was power pack. The way that Crisco, a long ball out of defence. And then to see Rice, who's playing half forward, get up the ground, then coming by, combined with Hannah. And Hannah, it was a certain goal. That was just magical play.
Well, McKernan did well, but the Blues at half-back hold North Melbourne up. Kick cleared by Sexton, top effort by Anderson. And he's been paid the mark at, well, just nearly up to the wing. His hand pass makes Blakey stretch, but Blakey able to recover. Kicks high towards centre, half forward, good mark. Terrific mark taken by Johnny Longmire. And you can see there, he is 50 metres from goal. The breeze really not a consideration now. Longmire kicked North Melbourne's first 2 goals in this match. The fans, chock-a-block at Optus Oval, have been entertained.
Fancies himself. He'll have to let this go from about 60 metres.
Gets onto it, kicks it right to the line. North Melbourne mark, it is McKernan.
He's done it all day, McKernan. He's got a tremendous leap. You watch him in the centre bounces. He's jumping a little early, but he's certainly jumping over Madden. But he's really flown for his marks around the ground too. He's a real spring-heel jack, Corey McKernan. It's good to see a ruckman able to jump.
Well, he's still a young man.
Could have been a good golfer. Oh, he still is a good golfer.
Kicks the goal. North Melbourne have got their 7th, 7-8 to 11-11. McKernan's first goal, and he certainly has been an impressive player in North Melbourne's resurgence since just before half-time, probably about 10 minutes before half-time. They've kicked 5 goals to Carlton's solitary goal from that stage onwards.
He's tried hard all day. He and Schwartz certainly really had a dip from the bell.
11-11 to 7-8 in the centre. Brown. Good hip and shoulder by Rock on him. Ratton had to give it away. Tackle by Scott. McKay. Good harassing by North Melbourne. Armstrong, clever little chip. Roberts has got it.
Kudafi's will have to man up on Roberts.
So they go into the pocket to Roberts. Scott, he's got him. Good mark.
Kudafi's a bit loose, and the runner's out to Kudafi's now.
North have kicked 5 of the last 6. Swash in the hands of the trainers again. He's had a few problems today. Got a kick on the calf against the Crows a few weeks ago. Scott from the pocket. He's got it. It's the closest margin for a fair while, I'd imagine. 11-11 to 8-8. They've just about backed on, aren't they? 21 points.
Yeah, they're sure, Bruce, and maybe a change could be made. Might look at taking Kudafi's off because he's on that man there, Roberts. Maybe Manton could go into that position because it's Manton and it's Roberts and McKernan are really causing the problem for Carlton.
McKernan gets his hand on it again. Bond is decked very, very quickly. Lots of pats there for Freeborn. He's tackled. Very effective. Umpire will bounce once again. Certainly as the game wears on, the younger and more athletic Corey McKernan starting to come into his own. And the ball gets back to that player. McKernan's kicked to half forward. Longmire and Sexton. Longmire gathers, handball. Carey tackled. Handball from Rock finds Freeborn. Freeborn with a left foot snap. Just across to the right.
Showed a bit of class there, that man on screen, Freeborn, when he let that go on his left foot.
Just to behind, kicked by Glenn Freeborn. Christou. 11-11 to 8-9. The margin, 20 points in favour of Carlton. Christou goes long, straight down the ground. No mark. Taken by McKernan once again. Across his body. Well done by Allison, but not able to take the football away. Koutoufides and Christou. Back it goes towards Bradley. Is the advantage paid? Yes, Schwass has got him. Bradley's kick goes back towards the centre of the ground. Important gather here. It is by Bond, tackled by Carey. Locked up. No free kick to either side.
Strong tackle, the strength of Carey. There's just no way known that Bond was going to move. Watch this, watch Cleary. Bang, he has gone, Bond.
Umpire will bounce.
McKernan and Madden. Archer lays it off to Rock. Williams, good tackle. Schwass is running with Bradley. Ratton's kick. Brown in the box seat. Couldn't quite. Pressure is very good by King. Was going to give it off to Armstrong. Goes long. Carey goes to ground. Silvani free kick legged. It'll come back. Carey caught out of position and then had to give a free kick away. Silvani goes short to Williams. 3 goals in the opening quarter. 4 goals in the first half. Bond the target. Freeborn with him. It's been North have done better, isn't it, since the onslaught early, just holding up the Blues.
I've just got the feeling that North are really starting to make their presence felt now. There's only a matter of 20 points of difference, and North really starting to put themselves in.
McKernan, Madden pushes him away. Bradley, 14th kick, high one, centre wing, fairly there with the Sporting. Brown shrugged off the tackle, gets a second go. Williams sits and waits. Wonderful handball. Clappe should go. In the pocket. He's got it.
Well, they certainly needed that, Carlton. Because one gets the feeling that North Melbourne are really starting to make their presence felt, and Carlton just needed that goal. Just to remind North Melbourne that they've still got a big job in front of them.
Well, it's catch-up footy, really, isn't it, for North?
Yeah, but the way they were going, they looked like they were going to make that catch-up pretty easily. But here, Williams draws the opponent over the top. Well finished off by Clappe.
Carlton may get out of the centre. Williams grabbed around the neck, but he's been penalised for holding the ball. And perhaps just trying one little bit too much there. Very difficult to be critical of Greg Williams. 10 kicks, 6 handballs, 4 goals. Is it North Melbourne mark? Carey.
Stephen Silvani was looking behind as Kernahan was going for that. I don't know why he was looking behind.
Carey it is with the football for North Melbourne. Yet to kick a goal. He's kicked 2 behinds. He's had a quiet day by Wayne Carey standards. But this will be an important kick. It looks good. It is a goal. So North Melbourne, not to be denied, 9-9. They trail Carlton, who are 12-11.
Well, the latitude, look at Silvani. He's so far behind, maybe he'd given up, realising that Carey was going to take an easy one.
First goal to Carey, 9-9 to 12-11. Back to 20 points. McKernan wins the tap. Bradley, little give. Rice, back to Bradley. On the left foot, gets it inside 50. Smith's got it. Gives it over to Fairley. Fairley to Schwass. Schwass at half-back. Keeps it down low. Archer. McKay was injured early in this quarter. Came back. Archer and McKay again. Rice. Fairley. And that's going to be out of play, I think, yes, about 80 metres from Carlton's goal. North have got within this margin a couple of times in the quarter. They need to get the next one, you feel. Still a handy little break Carlton have got. It's a little bit like last night's game, isn't it, where Collingwood was 7 in front and Hawthorn got back within about 3 at three-quarter time. Spalding.
What Carlton are doing now is Kudafiti's going everywhere that Roberts is. Roberts is contesting the ruck work. Madden is resting across half-back line. He's picking up McKernan.
So the bounce will take place about 60 metres around from the Carlton goal. They lead 12-11 to 9-9. That margin is 20 points in favour of the Blues. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Brown trying to get it down to Bond, but the boundary umpire will throw it in. Absolutely packed house here at Optus Oval. In perfect conditions for football. Right half forward for Carlton. Kudafiti's with the ruck work up against Roberts. It comes back towards Williams. Taken by Rock, squeezes a kick out, only as far as Rice. Shrugs the tackle from Longmire. Gets a kick across his left shoulder to half forward to mark Kudafiti's. Williams, can he get past? Yes. Tries to create it for Brown. Getting back is King. He's got some pace. The left foot kick goes out near the wing. Rice, little handball for Ratton. In turn Bond, back to Rice. Rice close to the line. It's been smothered, has it? No, he ran over. He was very close to the line, Dean Rice. And that boundary umpire has made the decision that a boundary throw-in should take place. And the play is about 85 to 90 metres away from the Carlton goal. The Blues lead. They're 12-11. North Melbourne are 9-9. We're down to 4.5 minutes left in the third term.
Robertson to Madden. Madden at the back just lays it off. Brown, tackled by Armstrong. Williams in there. Brown pretty strong there as they pick themselves up. It was on King. King going pretty well in this quarter. Got to remind North Melbourne, they could have been blown completely out of the water here. They trailed 10 goals to 2 in the second quarter. It was champagne footy from Carlton. Everybody was celebrating. But North have stuck to it. Fairley's kick. Archer just caught under it. Sexton taps it on. McKay got a bad bounce. Archer tried to get it out. Longmire in there and again forced out of play, but North get it up a bit closer. It's at centre wing. John Longmire, 150th game. Couple of goals early.
Going across half forward now is Longmire. Carey in the full forward position.
They've been handy, haven't they, the two of them? Carey very quiet early, but coming good, and Longmire useful. Free kick to Madden, being held on to.
Gee, it's 6 of one, half of a dozen of the other there.
Madden from centre wing. Delivers it to centre half, or Clappe works very well at the front.
Yes, good mark.
Pearce creates a lead now. Clappe just waiting. He's going to give it to Bradley. Bradley runs with a bounce. He's going to take a chance here, Bradley, and go for it. He's got it! He's a very special footballer, isn't he, Blake Bradley? 16 kicks, 9 hand passes, and 1 goal that, in the context of the game, Don, makes it very difficult for North to get back with that one.
Well, yes, but North Melbourne answered earlier with Carey, so it's still that margin they've got. But this was interesting, the way that Clappe played it across to Bradley, because Bradley, although he got a little bit closer, the angle was far more acute. It was an excellent kick on the run by Bradley. Good mark by Clappe.
So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where was Bradley's
He's doing
opponent?
well in the centre now, Corey.
Gets the ball up towards half forward. McKay. Hand pass away to Kudafiti's. Short bomb. Handball back. Kudafiti's a chance. Running onto it is Rice. He tries to spin out of trouble. Still got no. Armstrong tackled. Ball spills now. Shoal may have been deemed as throwing it. No. Close to the line it goes over in front of Roberts and Ratton. And the ball will be thrown in front of where the North Melbourne players enter this arena. Left half forward for the Kangaroos, about 45 metres from their goal. 13-11 plays 9-9. The Blues by 26 points. Freeborn, handball. That could have been a free kick. The advantage has been paid for North Melbourne. Hannah to the back to his own advantage. Off the ground again. Now the race is on. He could take it in front of himself again. He does. And he finishes up doing extremely well. Then kicks it to half forward. And pinpoints Clappe from about 35 to 40 metres. And Clappe on the chest. His kick in towards centre half forward proper. Pearce.
He's a hard player to match up on this fellow. He's very, very quick. And you can see there Ross Smith just a little shorter than what Pearce is. And that's why he's hard to match up on. Do you put a quick player on him? Do you put a tall player on? In front. Good mark.
Hannah was good. A little left foot kick for Clappe. He was being hounded by his opponents, Hannah. But hit Clappe on the chest. This is Pearce from 40 metres. Good looking kick. It's home. Pearce gets his third goal. And in a game that has produced for Carlton 14 goals, that's a pretty good effort from a half-forward pocket, Brad Pearce.
Here he is, looking around, eyes for the ball. 4 goals last week, 4 goals, 3 against the Bears, Pearce. But he is an excellent kick for goal, isn't he? A very talented sportsman.
Well, the Bradley Pearce goals have stretched it out. 14-11, 9-9. North desperate for a late goal now. Williams through the centre. Archer's handball. McKay held his ground. Bond's been lively. Goes long. Clappe caught underneath it. He's had a good quarter, Clappe. Taps it to Brown. He's got Williams on his own. Brown goes longer. Pearce sets himself. Williams, look at this, Williams. Look at that one. 5 to the diesel. They've opened it up now, the Blues, haven't they?
Actually, that was excellent play by Pearce. It's good to see the fellows recognising his work, because what he did, that was good play by Bond. I'm impressed with Bond. He's really come of age in the last couple of months since he had a very unsettled early season. Good kick by Fraser Brown. But look, Pearce in front. All he has to do in front, tap it down. Excellent play.
Geez, a hard man to combat, Greg Williams, Don, isn't he? I mean, we realise that he probably lacks a bit of pace, but his football brain is just...
Oh, insane. Well, that's what he exists on, isn't he?
Williams has kicked 5 out of 15 for the Blues. Chance here for North Melbourne. They will get forward through Archer. Handball by Carey. Chance for Roberts. He may get his third. Roberts goes in and misses. 2 goals, 1.
He's been a bit of a problem, Roberts, for Carlton. Koutafidis has just got a man up.
And Koutafidis should be happy with that result.
Oh, look at that
Williams,
handball.
beautiful hand pass. Bradley runs down the ground. There's open spaces. Handball inside McKay. Go back. Sloppy one there by Andrew McKay, and the finish for Craig Bradley.
Gee, that handball
And a
for
free
Williams.
kick.
It's normally a right-handed handball,
Is he allowed to play on? I wouldn't think so.
and he's let that go, Williams, with a left-hander. Gee, that was a terrific hand pass.
Bradley's got the free. He's 55, maybe 60 metres from goal. Kicked a fantastic goal earlier in this quarter, receiving from Clappe. He's going to kick to the square. Kernahan gets back. The ball rebounds. Ratton out into the path of Whitehead. Couldn't really do much with it. It's been forced through for a rush behind a Carlton. So the Blues, having been in a situation where North Melbourne was surging at them, have recovered to be 15-12 to 9-10. So that's 38 points now, the lead, right on 3/4 time. Anderson's kick is marked by Scott, and that is the 3/4 time score. Carlton 15-12, 102. North Melbourne 9-10, 64, 21.
But if they're fair income, look, they're not playing man-to-man here, North Melbourne. It's unbelievable.
Let's start the final term at Optus. 15-12 to 9-10. Greg Williams with 5 goals in the first 3 terms. North going to the left of screen. Bradley, another possession to centre half forward. Fairly unable to take the mark. Spalding pulled off the foot. He gets a free kick. Not a lot of touches, Spalding, but very effective. Play on call. Gets to full forward. Pearson, Kernahan. Martin at the back. Handball out by Freeborn. North come away. Scott out wide. Good kick actually. Got to McKernan. Inside to Rock. Here's a chance. Rock to full forward. Allison versus Christie. Worked him under it beautifully. Allison will go off the ground.
Oh, well done, Sexton.
Very well done, Scotty. And what about the little deft handball to Christie? Blue fans will love it. And Hannah takes yet another mark.
He's like a bit of a magician, isn't he, Mil Hannah? He seems to grab the ball out of nowhere. He's now taken something like 10 marks, 9 marks to be exact. The ball on centre wing with Brown. His contest is, well, Wayne Schwass and the umpire coming in. Just can't quite pick the other North Melbourne player up there with Fraser Brown. It may have been Matthew Armstrong, but the umpire has decided to bounce the ball on centre wing. And Madden, McKernan, Williams, lovely little hand pass for Brown. Brown's kicked to half forward, and that mark nearly paid. Would it have been? No. On it goes. Whitehead from 40 metres. Scruffy old kick, it'll nearly bounce through. Well, Ross Smith will help it through for a rush behind of the Blues. So the first score of the last quarter is a rush behind a Carlton. 15-13 to 9-10. And Anderson kicks in for North.
King wants it very long. He kicks in that direction. Cut off though.
Oh, well done, Bond. Oh, yes, fair enough. He didn't make an attempt. He pulled it back in.
Archer gets it from Freeborn. Couple of bounces. Then McKay onto him. Not a bad kick. McKernan or Longmire was take your pick really. McKernan just leaving it in the end for Longmire, who's marked about 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
This should be a gimme to Johnny Longmire.
Kicked a couple Longmire, one in the opening term and one in the second term. In fact, he had North's first 2 goals after Carlton led 10 goals to 2. 150th game Longmire. Must kick this to have any hope, North. As he brought it back, I think he might have, he's got it. So 3 to Longmire. Not a bad return. They'd want a couple more out of him if they're to have a hope, you'd think. Somebody's got to produce a bit of a minor avalanche in the final term.
Well, by the rule, it says that you've got to get rid of it. And Shane Bond made a real effort to get rid of that, to trap it. But he was paid the penalty. I should say Troy, that's his brother Shane, who plays for West Coast. And hence it finished up with Longmire from that free kick on the wing.
So play restarted. McKernan up high again. Getting it clear was Archer. May have been Freeborn, actually. Ratton, back to Koutafidis. Madden, well done. Good spotting. Got the handball to Hannah. In turn, Whitehead. Williams. Koutafidis leaves it for Spalding. Well, a pretty ordinary fumble there in the finish, but he gets back in after it again. Handball. Williams slips one a little bit too fierce. Freeborn there for North Melbourne. He's tackled. Ball spills back to Ratton. Ratton working hard. Left foot snapshot for goal by Ratton. Punched away by Martin from Kernahan. And eventually thumped over for a boundary throw in. And Brown and Ross Smith say hello to each other on a pleasant Saturday afternoon at the football. Throw in about 10 metres around from the Carlton behind post. Free kick picked out of it. It's against Kernahan holding on. It will go to Martin. Kernahan's had a, well, by his standards, a pretty average day. 5 kicks, 2 handballs, 1 goal.
Martin's done particularly well in the first quarter when the avalanche was going Carlton's way. He was really pushing. His hands were on his hip. Didn't show he was too fit, but he's got through the game. You can see a bit of pushing and shoving between Ratton and Schwash behind.
Ratton trying to make sure that Schwass doesn't take the hand pass. Martin gave it to him, but the umpire said, come back and do it all again, Mick. So Mickey Martin kicks the ball down the ground. 45 to 50 metres out towards the wing. Kick forward by Freeborn. Towards half-forward, Sexton backed himself. He wasn't favoured by the bounce. Longmire pounces on it. Kicks towards the goal square. Back there, it's been shepherded through for a goal.
There's a free kick.
And the umpire has said the Carlton player, there's a dust-up way down the other end of the ground, but the Carlton player, Christou, was shepherded away, and the free kick went to Christou, who got it to Koutoufides. In turn, down to Bradley. Bradley coming up for kick number 19, possession number 29.
At half-back, good distance by Bradley to centre-half forward. Fair bit of feeling out there at the moment. North trying one last assault here on Carlton. Rock onto it. Played it well, kicks it long in a hurry. Christou got a bad bounce. Sexton probably should have taken it that time. He's made very few mistakes though. Hard to criticise this Carlton defence.
So it was a good kick by Sexton to Chris.
It was very good, Don. Here's McKay. Look at this again. To Koutoufides. Runs away. Then centres the ball. Brad Smith, not this time. Ross Smith, it was Brad Pearce, I should say. Smith runs away, getting my Smiths mixed up. Out wide, now will it sit for Armstrong? He's had a pretty good game, Armstrong. Good centering kick too. Well played, Sexton at the back. Gets it away, Schwass attacks. Overran it, Ratton, well done. Little one, Scott attacks. Handball okay, Carey's going to try and get around. Handball very good to Armstrong. He's a thumping kick. Centering one's a beauty. Very well played to Roberts. Must kick the goal now. Has to go back and kick his third to give North a little glimmer.
Where's Koutoufides? Is he still picking up Roberts? Certainly wasn't around him then. Koutoufides back in the centre square. Interesting, isn't it?
He's done all right, Armstrong, hasn't he? He was getting kicks when North were getting thrashed. And Roberts, who came on in the second quarter and kicked a couple of late goals in that term. He missed one in the third that he probably would be disappointed about on the run after Carey's give. And this is a must. Takes his time, chips it straight through. Well, they're not going down without a fight, Scotty.
No, he's been a real problem, hasn't he, Mark Roberts? He's cross half forward. That's his third goal. But I can't understand. I know Koutoufides got involved in the play up the ground, but he's got to run back and pick his man up if Roberts is his man.
So third goal to Mark Roberts to just give North Melbourne a little bit of a sniff. 15-13 to 11-10. Margin is 27 points. And there's still plenty of time left, 14 minutes. But they need to get 2 goals quickly, I would think, if they're to win the game. Remember that at one stage in the second term, Carlton led by something like 40 points. 53, was it, Bruce? Gee whiz. It really had blown out. North Melbourne had just kicked 2 goals. Trying to get the ball clear of the centre. Yes, they do succeed. Mark Roberts again. A long kick to the square. At the back, Allison. Must have got a surprise in the finish. Christou, has he kept it in? Yes, he has. He'll run away from full-back. 2 bounces. Get run down nearly. Then kicks in the finish out near the wing. Pushed after he kicked the ball, so the ball will be awarded to the Carlton player down the ground, will it? No, it's got to come back. So North Melbourne supporters not too happy with that decision. Lots of booing. Christou with the footy. Between back pocket and half back, his kick will land near the wing. Madden takes a pretty straightforward mark. That hand pass really wasn't on. North Melbourne player chips in. Now they force it forward, but only as far there as Whitehead. And Whitehead marks for the Blues. He's on centre wing. Now he's being called to play on. His kick lands inside 50 metres. In front, mark to Spalding. Where did you find that trick, Earl? That was a beauty. One-hander, nearly.
Here he is, Earl Spalding, the worker at centre-half forward. Very loose limb, just sticks up the hand, brings it down, very nonchalant. Earl and his mannerisms. Whitehead off and Camporelli coming on for Carlton. Now, can he kick it, Spalding?
Well,
he's got to guide it down with the right hand a little longer.
He's yet to kick a goal, but he soon fixed that. It's a goal.
And there was a better kick by Spalding. When he had a shot earlier, it was in the second quarter, he dropped the ball from too high up and didn't really guide it down with his right hand. That time he really held onto it just a little longer, head over the ball, and we watch the mark. There he is, going in front of the pack. There was an excellent kick from Spalding.
Back in the centre, Ratton's handball. Williams tries to get through, gets a kick on it in the end. McKay, little give to Camporelli, he's just come on the ground. Kicks to full forward, too far. Taken by Smith. Runs away, puts Fairley under a little bit of pressure. Blakey on the end of it. Well played, Hannah. Has had a terrific game. Still Hannah. Chips away to Brown.
He's really developing, isn't he, Fraser Brown?
Rough and tough and ready for anything, Fraser Brown.
He's had a big game, hasn't he? He's had 8 marks, 21 possessions before this. So's Milhana. 18 kicks, Milhana. And 9 marks. Got a lot of good players, Carlton, today. 5 goals, 3 in front of the scoreboard. Pretty safe now, you'd think. That makes it a certainty.
His first 1 goal last week. He was a terrific player for them against Brisbane. In that particular game, he had over 30-odd possessions. Fraser Brown, but well done by Milhana. He's done really well today too. Playing on centre wing. Excellent kick for goal.
Very good kick by Fraser Brown for the Blues' 17th goal. North Melbourne go forward through Archer. Left foot kick will land at half forward, Silvani. Only eyes for the ball. Goes to the far side, looks for Williams. Williams gets in and takes the mark. Handball away, Hannah. Further wide to Christou, favoured on his left foot. Kicks it towards half forward, Spalding. Couldn't take the mark. Clappe tries to...
I can't understand why Melbourne ever gave Spalding away.
Well, it must have been a contractual problem because he certainly got...
No, wasn't that at all. They just didn't have a high opinion.
That's interesting. He's been very good value at Carlton, hasn't he?
He was excellent value at Melbourne too.
Williams across his left shoulder. Lands at centre-half forward. Free kick being given away there by Pearce. And it will be taken by Ross Smith. He's between full-back and centre-half back.
Comes to centre wing, Allison. Christou's had a big term and a good game. Bradley is exhausted, I think, Bradley.
I just wonder how much these conditions are taken out of the players today because it is quite hot.
23, we were going for a max, Don. It was 21 at the start of the day. It's about as hot as we've had for the whole season, I'd suggest. And just saw Bradley then exhausted and happy to soccer it to the boundary line. McKernan was in the front spot. Here's McKay. He's made a good recovery because he looked injured in the third quarter. Gets it inside 50. Ross Smith. And with Rice and Kernahan. Free kick to Ross Smith. Didn't look a lot. I think Smith was a bit surprised himself. But at this stage, they'll take anything north. They've battled away the Kangas. Just been outgunned today. Oh, Schwass, big leap. Couldn't quite. Rock. Pyman. Good tackle on him. Schwass gets one up to half forward. Silvani and Carey. Silvani been held on
kick, surely.
Not going to get it. Sexton. Out of play.
Deceptively quick, Silvani. Got in front there and did really well. There
He's
he
a
is.
hard man to get around. Very difficult man to get a kick on, Stephen Silvani.
Jeez, his old man was too.
He nearly throttled Wayne Walsh here one day.
Madden. Archer tried to rob him. Goes in again. And a bit of the sting's just gone out now, hasn't it? 17 goals to 11.
Well, I think when you realise the time is ticking away, there's only 9 minutes left, and the deficit now has gone out to 39 points. You would think that Carlton would win, but you'd be watching for what North can do for their scoreboard. And there's a free kick. It has been paid to North Melbourne. It'll go to Wayne Schwass, being held when he didn't have the football. Schwass has been a real battler, only 6 kicks and 2 handballs, so the Blues have done their homework. He's a vital player for North. Lovely kick to the front of the goals, and no contest there. Good mark taken by Roberts in front of Koutafidis.
He'll be one of North's best players today, Roberts. He came on at quarter time. And here he is. He was a long time getting that ball into the forward line. Longmire was calling for it, then gave a lead, but he was looking for Carey, but floating across was Roberts. At least Koutafidis was right with Roberts on that occasion.
Well, if he kicks this, 4 goals certainly would be a performance worth noting. 4 goals now to Mark Roberts. So he's North Melbourne's leading goal scorer. Longmire has kicked 3. Brett Ellison has kicked 2 for Carlton. Williams has kicked 5, Pearce 3, and Dean Rice 3.
And here's the high ball once again. You can see Roberts right of screen, just drifting apart across. At least Koutafidis tried to punch.
(17, 13, 12, 10). McKernan went early. Roberts with 4 goals. Sporting to Camporelli. Has a quiet one. Been off the ground quite a bit. Smothered by Pyman. Chases, kicks, out of play.
It's a big ask for a young fellow, Bruce, to maintain a whole season. You can see there he hasn't got the mature body of an older player, Camporelli. He was very quick, very good early in the season, but as the season drags on, it takes a toll of young fellows.
Well, the fact that he's played every game, Scotty, is an indication of what they think of him and how well he's played. Armstrong to Schwass, really running now. Centering kick, Longmire the target, goes early, chance at the back, Roberts off the ground. No, forced it through for a point. Christou just harassed him all the way, didn't he? Just wouldn't give him a sniff there. 17, 13 to 12, 11. Silvani gets it short. There's not much between this Carlton back line and the West Coast line when they're both at full strength as to which is the best of the comp. Rice got a couple of loose men wide, decided to go long. They may come into it, these loose men. Bradley was one of them. It sits. Little give Williams. Brilliant to Clappe. This will be fantastic. Look at this. Brilliant.
That's great, isn't it? That's great.
2 to Clappe. Actually, Scotty today, I reckon there's been about 4 times Carlton have kicked goals, and the build-up has just been breathtaking.
Well, you had the worker there. At least there was a contest from Spalding. Fairley really hasn't been beaten. There was a real contest between Fairley and Spalding. The ball came to ground, and then the Carlton guys just swept onto it. Gee, it was good.
And again, Bradley and Williams are playing.
He was on his knees, Bruce, Bradley, from a passage of play just a little earlier, and I watched him closely. And when he did get up, he was right in the middle of the action there. 19 kicks, 11 hand passes, and 1 terrific goal to Bradley. The ball high in the air. Hannah has dropped the mark. Roberts just proved to be a nuisance. Christou threw his legs to Hannah's advantage. And it looks like the Phantom, or half the Phantom of the Opera, with the tape across his nose. Andrew McKay down the wing in the direction of Clappe and Anderson. And it goes over for a boundary throw. 18, 13 to 12, 11. Just under 7 minutes left. Clappe has kicked 2 goals. And of course, Carlton's leading goal scorer, Greg Williams, with 5. Infringement in the ruck, and the free kick to go to McKernan. McKernan's battled his heart out. 8 kicks, 8 handballs, 10 hit-outs and a goal. Silvani tries to get through. Armstrong to Archer. Archer's kick will be chopped off. Hannah. Gee, it'd be hard to keep out of the votes, Hannah, wouldn't he? Big leap there by Camporelli, not successfully taking the mark. Williams grabbed, didn't have the footy, and eventually that kick has gone over for a throw-in. And the North Melbourne change Scott is back on at the expense of Allison, and we just saw Williams, maybe just a little hard done by, but the umpires haven't done such a bad job. Archer, Rock, and then Pyman. The Blues, Silvani coming off the ground. Free kick at centre half forward for North Melbourne. It will go to Carey. Hannah's not happy. Carey's got the ball. There's no one in the square. You can go for goal. Manton gets a run for the Blues. Carey's kick is offline. And through for a behind. And Heaver is onto the ground also for the Blues. And Bradley is off. And Bradley with a well-deserved rest for the last 6 minutes.
Chris to Brown. Brown will chip it to Mackay. Mackay's away. Carlton running it right out. 18-13 to 12-12. Centering kick. Pearce sets himself. Well played. Ross Smith at the back. Handball by Scholl. Schwass with a bounce. Then has to concede. Goes back to Ross Smith. Back to Schwass. He's worked hard in this last quarter, Wayne Schwass. On the left leg. Kick out wide. Gets to Robert Scott. Scott plays on. Inside, okay. Pyman at 55 metres. Gets to the goal square. Longmire, good mark from the front by Archer, and he kicks the goal. Archer's first. So good on North Melbourne. They've stuck it out, haven't they? 18-13 to 13-12. It's basically been goal for goal in this last quarter.
This is Pyman going in. Actually finished up to be a pretty good mark between 4 players there. Archer getting the front posse and just able to play on and make it look fairly straightforward in the finish. Goal to North. So the margin there is 31 points in favour of Carlton. Remembering that they led by nearly 9 goals in the second term, and North got to within 20 points in the third quarter. Madden gets it down. Kick out of there by Pyman. Lands at half forward. Christou. He's probably been
he's been good.
Potential vote getter. He's just swept it up across that half back line all day. Williams has been waiting for him to kick it to him. He'll blew in the showers after that, I would think. Kernahan bumped off the football by Schwass. Schwass is going to get caught. Eventually gets his kick away. As far as Armstrong, then Pyman. The high kick in towards the centre. It's punched away. Lands down with Anderson. Back to Craig Scholl. Scholl goes straight down towards the goal. Longmire marks on his chest. And North Melbourne not giving in. They're going to put some sort of a score on the board. And their fans won't go away disappointed. They probably would have been disappointed with the first quarter and a half of this game. But their players have certainly shown them that they won't give in a game of football. And Johnny Longmire the chance to get his 4th goal. He's kicking from 35 metres. Lets himself down with that kick. Off to the right. He's kicked 3 goals too. (18-13 to 13-13). Margin is 30 points in favour of Carlton with 4 minutes left.
Christou just undecided. Goes in short. Sexton. He's been good too. Christou has been outstanding at the back. With Dean to slot back in, it's a fantastic back line. Oh, Hannah made one of his rare errors. Back to Mackay. Whitehead. Armstrong with Mackay and forced out of play. The other bonus, Scotty, for Carlton today, Clappe, Pearce, Rice, 8 goals between those 3, and they've been great in the second half of the season. Clappe started it well, I know, but to get 8 goals out of those 3 guys, that's the new ingredient from last year, isn't it?
Well, take into account that Kernahan's only kicked the 1 goal, and his scores all came 1 goal, 2 in the first quarter.
Free kick to Scott, being legged. Make it 50 here against Manson. So Scotty, Robert Scott, that is, Manson playing it on when the whistle was blown. Probably didn't hear it in his self-defence, but Robert Scott has kicked 1 goal. It's battled away, Robert Scott, hasn't...
Carlton came up with also Rice. Rice has really lifted. Also Williams across half forward. Scott goes in, his 2nd goal. And really, the scores are not a true indication of how this game's been played. Carlton were really dominant in the early part for at least 1 3/4 quarters. And here's a free kick coming. And Robert Scott over the ball, gets the trip, then Manton plays on. Hence a 50-metre penalty.
Robert Scott in picture, the goal kicker for North Melbourne. They lost the footy. By the look of it, the security men are all charging down to that far end goal.
Interesting, just looking out of the ground, that nobody has left this ground, Ian.
No, that's
usually they're filing out by now.
Well, as I said, North Melbourne haven't been too bad. They've been beaten in general field play, but I mean, they're only on the scoreboard trailing by 24 points, so I think it's good for them with only 3 weeks left before the finals. McKernan again gets it down in the Roberts direction. Camporelli, well done. Out in front there of Whitehead. Ball bounces a little awkwardly. Eventually comes up just at the right time. He's kicking towards the forward line. Missed by Brown. Chance here for Bond. Can he get through? He's got the ball. He may be penalised. Yes, he is. Gee, you're a bit stiff.
I know.
Bond. That's twice.
Twice, isn't it?
6 minutes.
He's really had a go and it's been pinged.
There's a dust-up between Brown and Armstrong. Now, they've got to settle. They really have to settle.
It's a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, that's over-umpiring, I would suggest. But still, they like to let the boys know that they're in control.
Well, it's not a true 50-metre, is it? It's about 30 metres. It's
Freeborn into the left forward pocket, and the mark is taken by Manton. The sun getting in Wayne Carey's eyes. Manton has the football 50 metres from North Melbourne's goal.
Keeps it low. Koudafidi's the flyer. Rice and Scholl. Well encouraged by Sporting, wasn't it? He got his head down and went for it. King and Brown run it over the line. So the Blues 4 in front. Brown's been good. 17 kicks, 9 marks, 6 handballs, and a goal. Be happy with that. Carlton 4 goals up late in the game. They're going to win their 11th consecutive match. It's a mighty fine achievement in AFL footy. They don't get much better than that. West Coast won 12 in a row, I reckon, a few years back, early on. But it's a long string, this one. Archer's kick to Williams. He's played wonderfully, Williams. 13 and 13, 5 goals. Such an architect and a finisher.
There's not much offering. That's why he's so long in getting rid of it.
Just measures the kick to half forward. Kernahan the target, tucked away. Started well, Kernahan, when the Blues were on fire, but Mickey Martin stuck to him all the way and had the better.
You'd have to say Martin's done particularly well today.
And both he and Kernahan hopefully will be much better for the outing. Both coming back after, well, Kernahan had 4 weeks off and Martin probably 5. Clappe at the back. Down to King. King to centre wing. McKernan was there against the odds with Manton and also Madden. Whitehead's little chip. Bond almost.
Oh, I think he's hurt himself.
Gee, I hope he's all right, the kid. Freeborn. Bond in real pain at centre wing. Let's hope he's okay, the young fella. He really had a go, didn't he?
He's in a bit of pain. What's wrong with him?
Gee,
he really had a go here.
Neck.
Goes for it. Maybe the ball on the chest, you think?
It's hard to tell, Scotty, but he's in a bit of pain, the lad. He's picked himself up now. Comes away. Let's hope he's okay. Williams, brilliant. One bounce. Then delivers to Rice. Scholl at the back. Hannah waiting. Gives it off. Christo can kick a goal. They'll love it if he does. Oh. Just miss. What a year Christo's having. 18-14 to 14-13. Young Bond, by the look of it. So, Romo, just a minute to go. It's been an exciting day of footy. Really enjoyed this.
Yeah, my word. The Blues have shown that they're a real contender for the premiership this year. Anderson runs away from full-back. Kicks it out to the wing. Have a look who's there on his own. Milhana coming up for kick number 21. McKay caught there by Pyman. Ball rebounds. McKernan. Heaver. Justin Madden. Whitehead, he's an unsung hero, Whitehead.
He's a good little player.
Short kick, Pearce couldn't take the mark. Out comes Craig Scholl. Kicks quickly and gets good distance under pressure in the direction of Roberts. Running onto it here is Blakey. Blakey after one bounce. Koutafidis went after him. Was it important? He's been pushed in the back. He's missed, but he'll get another kick.
Or should it be reload? No, it's not. It's got to come back, doesn't it?
So with less than half a minute left, John Blakey, that's against Anthony Koutafidis. Don't blame the wrong bloke. Koutafidis the infringer, Blakey the recipient of the free kick. 18-14 to 14-13, so the margin 25 points. Blakey gives it away, short pass, angle a little bit more difficult, but Roberts is a little closer to goal. Roberts has kicked 4. So maybe it will be up to Mark Roberts to bring that margin back to 19 points on siren time. The siren will go. There it is. So the Blues are the victors. Just the margin to be decided by this kick from Mark Roberts from 30 metres. Difficult angle. He's kicked well all day. And I think he's kicked his 5th. He has. So at the end of the day, Mark Roberts with 5 goals becomes equal leading goal scorer with Greg Williams. They've both kicked 5. Carlton have won 18-14 to 15-13, and Dipper on the ground has Earl Spalding.
Thanks very much, Robbo. Well, Earl, an outstanding first half, but a terrific game by the boys at the end.
Yeah, I think everyone's a bit tired at the end. It's fairly warm day today, and we're just probably lucky to get the 6 or 5 goal start and hang on to that in the end. It was very
Just
crucial.
on the conditions, it was very warm for today.
Yeah, it's been, as you know, pretty cold all winter, and all of a sudden to get one like this, it sort of knocks you about a bit.
You seem to be the workhorse for Carlton. You seem to enjoy the role of centre half forward.
Yeah, I mean, in today's footy, you've got to do that sort of work, and I mean, you don't get as many accolades as if you're kicking goals and taking big marks, but I mean, all the boys recognise it. It's part of the. I mean, everyone's done it. Ricey and Clappers across the half-forward line, they're probably 2 of the best forward tackles I've ever seen.
Now the final's only 2 or 3 weeks away. You've got West Coast next week and Essendon. A big build up towards the finals.
Yeah, we hope so. You know, we've just got to keep playing week by week. We've set ourselves to keep winning, so you don't want to lose one.
Well played, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks for that, Dipper, with Earl Spalding as the Blues leave the ground. Victors again, 11 consecutive wins, 18-14 to North 15-13.